Originally, I thought this video was gonna be about macro photography. I was gonna head out into the woods and look for mushrooms or flowers or just something interesting, and I was gonna use these little lights outdoors, and don't get me wrong, they work great. More contrast, better control over shadows, and the ability to place the light exactly where you want it on tiny subjects. Bambi, what sound does a dinosaur make? Now, quickly something shifted. I started bringing them indoors. Product photography, tabletop setups, small studio work, and that's where things got interesting. Before we go any further, I'm talking about the NEEWER ML01. NEEWER sent me not just one, but two of the ML01 macro photography lights. The point is for me to use the lights and then come over here and give you guys a quick review or my opinion on these lights. Over the last few weeks, I've been using them in the woods, studio work, and I even did a commercial photo shoot with them. They ended up being way more versatile than I expected. These are part of the NEEWER Basics lineup. It's simple, practical tools without the unnecessary extras. Now, normally when people think about lighting, they think bigger is better. More power, bigger modifiers, bigger setups. But macro photography is one of those situations where smaller can actually be better. And it's not just macro photography, this is about control of light on a small scale. One of the biggest challenges in macro photography isn't the camera or the lens, it's the light. The closer you get to a subject, the harder it becomes to place light exactly where you want it. Most lights are simply too big. Even something like this small lume cube, when you got something the size of a quarter, you can see that the light is just immense. It's huge compared to that. When the light source is too large, you lose control over the shadows and direction and texture. And that's where the NEEWER ML01 starts to make a lot of sense. That, and they're very bendy. After using it for a few weeks, there's a lot of things I like, but a few things I like to see improved, so we'll get to that a little bit later. One place where these lights immediately impressed me was with the probe lens. Anyone familiar with the probe lens knows that it has built-in LED lights, and that's great. But after a while, everything looks the same. It's front light, it's flat, it's predictable, everything just looks flat and I mean, it's cool to have, but it's just not great. The ML01, it changes that completely. See, I could attach it here and I could use a side light, a top light, a bottom light. I can move the light anywhere, a rim light, a backlight, whatever the shot needs. Wow, that clamps on good. It helps me shape the scene. And when you can get this close to a subject, like literally half an inch, those small light adjustments make things pop. The texture, the details, they just stand out. The image gains that depth, and for commercial work, the level of control is incredibly useful. Now, let me show you a quick example. I got this feather here, so let me get this reflector here. Okay, let's set it up here. Okay, can you see it right here? I know it's far away, but you can probably see it. Now I got these lights here. This one is on blue. They all have multiple colors, so I can go blue, white, warm, red, green. And they're dimmable, so I could change. I want the backlight here to be low. There we go, just like that. And then I have this one, see, and I have it clamped to a little piece of wood so I can adjust it and put it anywhere. They have a lot of ways you can mount them. Plus they have a bunch of accessories. That's a warm light. Let's go back to a white light. Just like that, you can set up the feather and illuminate it however you want to. Now look, these also have like a spotlight mode. So you can really center that light where you want it. Let me go a low light, and then this one a little bit higher to illuminate the front. This one does the back. And just like that, we can get incredible photos of a feather. So you can set up a soft key light, already start seeing the texture. Now with the second rim light, you can go behind, you can make it blue to make it pop, whatever color you want, blue, green, red, warm orange, or a cool white. That separates a feather from the background, adding depth, adding that color contrast. Because these lights are so small, I can place them exactly where I need them. And like I said, they have attachments. If you want softer shadows, you use this little silicone diffuser. You also control the lights with these barn doors. They're super cool. Then you have this one, the projection lens with gobos. You can have a whole bunch of gobos you can attach to it for a spotlight effect or for different backgrounds and textures. There's quite a few different accessories that come with it and different ways to mount this to whatever you want to mount it to. You could set it up on your camera. You can mount it to your camera itself. You could use these clamps. And like I showed you, I have it clamped here on a piece of wood. I can move that anywhere, take it outside, inside, in the studio. There's mounts that go in the ground. You could just stick it to the ground. Extremely useful for any situation. And yes, they're water resistant, which is nice when you're shooting outdoors, especially with macro and stuff, though that little bit of rain looks awesome. One of my favorite features about these lights is the adjustable beam angle. Combined with the barn doors, it gives you precision over where that light goes. For macro, product, stock photography, or any tabletop photography, that level of control is a lot of fun. Did I mention battery life? You get 240 minutes of continuous lighting. And it only takes a few hours to get a full charge using the USB-C charging port. Now, there's a few things I like to see change with these lights. I mean, they're great, but there's a couple of things. There's a lot of small accessories here, and right now they just end up all over in my camera. I'm using this bag that a buddy's wife made for me. Thank you, Morgan. That's all the accessories. A little bag, you know, cheap. I'd be happy to pay a few extra bucks for a baggie, for a case to carry all the accessories, especially when you have multiple lights. That's an idea right there. Now, okay, next, a second mounting point would be great. It has this mounting port here at the bottom of the light. And don't get me wrong, it is fantastic, but a second one, so you can put it on the camera like this. Where's my other camera? See, it's got this mounting plate here like that, and it looks like one of those fish, this prehistoric underwater fish. But with that side mount, I would be able to mount it like this, especially when you do a macro or the probe lens. So you can make it work with the included attachments. It can go sideways, but I still think just a side mount here would be helpful. Let's see, now you can go sideways, you can move it. You could turn it anywhere you like or you wish and get a different lighting when you do a macro. Side, we can go to the other side, top or bottom, or we could just go here to the top, lock the ball, and now we can move that down. It works with the included attachments, but I think a side mount would just be the cherry on top. And then the other thing I like to see is a locking mechanism for the accessories. Right now they're just pressure and they work fine. But I would feel better if there's like a twist lock or something just to hold them in place. They don't fall out or anything, but you know, you just get that impression that if I bounce them around a little bit, they might, you know, see, they don't fall out, but sometimes you just bump it and then it does. But that pressure thing is good. Like I said, a little twist lock, I think, would be a big improvement or something like this. And then finally, the last thing I'd want to change is this little ball head here for the clamp. And I use this on top of the camera to go sideways. But this clamp here, I broke it. See, it doesn't hold up anymore. I over tighten it. It might be because I've been working out and I just overdid it. Don't get me wrong, the lights themselves are great quality. They feel solid. They have an aluminum alloy built and they're awesome. But the accessories, I feel, don't feel the same way. And I get it. I know they're trying to make things that are more affordable and that comes at a cost. But I like to see just a little bit more, just that extra step there. Now, what surprised me the most is not how good these lights are for macro photography. It was how they performed when I used it for other things, like the tabletop setup for stock photography. Look at some of these photos. They look incredible. Even quick setups where I didn't really want to bring the big lights. I just used these little ones and they did fantastic. And that's really the whole point. Neewer calls them macro lights, but they're way more versatile than that. Sometimes the best tool isn't the biggest one, it's the one that gives you control at the scale that you need. It's never been about the size, it's about how you use it. I'll leave links in the video description if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.